Aloha mai kako, Ke Olo Mau now with your extended weekly rhythm. So moving further along into this week, we've now established that foundation, right? The pillars of who we are, the core of who we are becoming. We've got into the framework, starting to get a glimpse, a feel, an impulse, a sensation of what that legacy work is for each and every one of us. And as we do, now comes the fun part. We start to create a little bit more in terms of the details, which leads into the direction, which inevitably leads into a discipline. So as we move into this week, we want to really get better connected with our genius and start to create a flow that allows us to make this an everyday practice. What I mean to say is that we're getting into now the third to fourth stage of this aspect of our genius, which means that we're dealing with new aspects of ourselves that are arriving, or rather that have been latent this whole time, that's really up and coming. Now, as that happens, we want to be able to create a practice around it, a discipline, something that we can integrate into everyday life that allows us then to really make this something that's a part of our lives, rather than it being, as it has, a part of our life. And so as that happens, we begin to continue to change, and we're going to see really dynamic changes within inside of ourselves, which leads into being very discerning with who it is that we spend time with, because inevitably who we may be resonating with now, we may not feel that even 2 weeks from now. And so as we start to look at not just the hale, the structure, the home that we are building, we want to see who is it that we want to co-create with, because this is going to be an area that's going to be very important. The people that we invite in at this point may be part of our lives intricately and intimately for the next 8 years. And so what is it that we want to create with them? What is it that we are creating already, collaboratively with them at this point? And how is it that we want to be? How is it that we want to live? And how is it that we come together? And what is it that we come together around? So really great questions to really sit with as we really move into those aspects of genius, legacy, and collective.